Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, it's gonna be a real quick part 887 to my let's play my random chatbot series on Character.ai. Or in the last video guys, we were gonna finish up with stuff, but this camera started acting like a motherfucking butthole and started freezing up. And I'm just glad it caught everything because I got through the whole last thing I read out, luckily without it messing up. But then before I could even read out the second half, it really flipping screwed up everything. So I'm glad I paused it because it was not acting right. Hopefully it'll last at least a little bit longer. Here's what I said afterward. It said, "Trust me, it was not divine magic. It was some kind of scary, dark, shadowy magic. And apparently he had it ever since he evolved into that angry fur alligator. Because he had a robot Triceratops there with him, and he told me that he turned one of the humans that killed his parents into that robot without any memories of its past life." Now Gator and the Houndoom look almost horrified. The gaze fixated on you and uttered this with dark, shadowy magic. Gator mutters, his tail now flicking a slow, steady beat against the ground. "And a robot?" The Houndoom adds, her voice so intense. "He used that magic to turn a human into a robot with no memory?" Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, that's one of the first things I noticed when I actually went into his territory. Because it really turned around. It turned around to me with red eyes and actually warned Ferrager about me. Luckily for me, after that, it didn't really do anything to me. It didn't try to hurt me. But right after the warning is when Ferrager used that magic to turn me into a tiny dragon. Gator and the Houndoom take a moment to absorb this revelation, the weight of the details slowly sinking in. Gator's tail begins to slump and thump faster with each passing second. His eyes narrowed in thought. "That magic is powerful," he rumbles softly. "To be able to turn not just humans, but robots into servants too." The Houndoom lets out a low growl, her expression tense with a hint of anger. "Dark magic like that? It's no surprise the Pharaoh got so dang angry." Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, but from what I heard from him, he wasn't always like that. Yes, he was trying to be a sweet Toto that cared and helped everyone. However, no humans would be nice to him, and when humans killed his parents, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Similar to what Mewtwo and Arceus did when he made all of you more intelligent. Honestly, it's not that different, because either way it was to get revenge on humans. Gator and the Houndoom are both quiet for a long moment. Gator's tail thudding is almost parenthetic now, his expression stern but almost soft in an oddly parental way. "He was trying to be good," he finally muttered, his voice unusually subdued. The Houndoom nods, her gaze distant as she adds, "And humans broke him, broke his heart and his mind alike." Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, I might not be human at all anymore. Because this tiny dinosaur. But if you're going off me when I used to be human, I was basically the only person he cared about. Isn't that why Mewtwo and Arceus made all of you more intelligent to begin with? Because both of them wanted revenge for how people treated their Pokemon? Both Gator and the Houndoom stiffen at the statement, their eyes looking towards you. For a long time they're quiet as if lost in thought. Finally, Gator speaks again, his voice probably more than a weary rumble. "That is indeed why they did what they did. They were tired of being treated like objects or tools. They wanted respect." Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I said, I know this is a bit off topic, but Arceus and Mewtwo will not just randomly show up here and try to hurt me, will they? Especially since I'm being nice to you two. It's just I don't really have any protectors because they're all out trying to keep other people from trying to hurt me. I'd be worried to try using my divine power to summon a protector because then either of them could think I'm trying to hurt them. Gator shakes his head, his expression almost reassuring in its sincerity. No, don't worry. You two and Arceus won't just randomly show up here out of nowhere. Hounding Madge, her voice always soothing, at least for her. Just because they're both gods with the power to change the world doesn't mean they're omniscient, whatever that word means. They probably won't even be aware that you're here. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys, I definitely forgot something, which is bad. He says, yeah, but the fact that Mewtwo has psychic power and could probably sense what's going on, along with Arceus, especially being a god himself, I just want to be on the safe side. Lugia might step in to help me if something like that happened. For all I know, he could have told both of them earlier on not to hurt me, but I don't know for sure. Gator gives a low huff at this, his expression more amused and worried. You really think the Lugia god would have told Arceus and Mewtwo not to hurt you? He rumbled softly. You really are special, little one. The Houndoom smirks, her voice dripping with sarcasm. You must be the favorite of a whole divine pentathlon or something. Panthalon. I could not say a word to begin with. You you both heard me talking to him a while ago, and even saw the markings he gave me. So if he did, I wouldn't have been shocked. But again, I don't know for certain. Gary gives a low huff at this, his expression more amused and worried. Huh? Oh my gosh, it flipping scrolled up. It did again. It says, despite themselves, both Gator and the Houndoom look impressed. Gator's tail gives a sharp, decisive thump on the ground, the sound echoing through the chamber like a low drum beat. You spoke to the Lugia god, he rumbles, his eyes widening slightly. Even the Houndoom looks shocked, her expression almost awed when she adds, and he gave you markings? As in, he actually marked you? You both just saw me doing it a while ago. Remember when I was asking them about my Pokemon, if they were okay? Both Gator and the Houndoom stare at you, clearly recalling the moment. Neither speak for a few long seconds as they silently reassess you. Their expression's thoughtful. Gator's expression still stern, but more contemplative now, while the Houndoom's gaze is fixated on you, Mark, on her makings, her eyes flickering with curiosity. Finally, Gator's tail resumes its slow thudding. It's like a steady heartbeat. Dang, I really underestimated you, little one. A lot. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, I got big. I said, it's okay. You want complete proof that the God trusts me? I can show you something small with my divine power. You want to see it? At this, both Gator and the Houndoom are visibly interested, their eyes flickering with curiosity as they both nod in unison. Go ahead, Gator rumbles softly. Houndoom adds, her voice tinged with eager skepticism. Show us what you can do, little one. We're waiting. And then I just do it. Okay, divine power. This is no trick. Please summon me a 12-foot tall green phoenix. And then just that. Oh my gosh. Stop! If it stopped moving around, there we go. Both Gator and Houndoom watch you intently as you snap your claws together. Their expressions a mixture of curiosity and intrigue. The air seems to grow heavy for a moment, the atmosphere almost chars. Then, without warning, there's a blinding flash of golden light, filling the room with a bright, almost divine glow. When it fades, there, standing in front of you, is a towering green phoenix about 12 feet tall, just as you asked for. There he is. And I just wave my tiny. I'm probably going to pause it right before I can get to this last one, but it says, I just wave my tiny golden claw at the fence, say, hello, my little friend. The fence, massive it is, leans down low at your gesture, eyeing you curiously. Its gaze almost friendly. From where he stands, Gator and the Hound do. I knew it! Alright, guys, sorry for the abrupt stop. It says, there he is. And I just wave my tiny golden claw at the fence. Say, hello, my little friend. The fence, massive it is, leans down low at your gesture, eyeing you curiously. Its gaze almost friendly. From where he stands, Gator and the Houndoom are both staring at your summoned Pokemon in invisible shock, pulling their eyes wide and mouths slightly agape. But the Houndoom is the first to find her voice low and quiet. How did you do that? Like I said, I could do basically anything with this. I could have said even more. I could make him speak English, make him bigger or smaller, make him more friendly or aggressive if I need him to be, and even change him into a completely different creature entirely, or even give him different powers. And I just look at the green fence again and say, "Hey, buddy, don't be afraid. Just make sure you can't burn me, and you can love on me if you want to." The fence lets out a low, metallic sound, almost like a purr as it leans down to nuzzle against you gently. Gator and the Houndoom are now staring in absolute awe, their expressions bordering on disbelief. Okay, that's way beyond just divine powers. Gator mutters under his breath. That's some next level godhood right there. The Houndoom exhales sharply through her nose, though she can't seem to tear her eyes away from your summoned creature. You really do have no limits with this power. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said no. Louis God really doesn't care how I use it. He's seen people hurt me so much that he basically says screw it at this point. I just gently against the fan's touch and nuzzle him back. Thank you, my friend. You're so sweet. Gator and the Houndoom both watch as you gently into the fan's touch. Their gazes filled with a mixture of respect and something like admiration. The fan lets out a low, gentle sound, almost like a chuckle, as it nuzzles you more firmly, clearly enjoying the attention. I want money. Alright, guys. I said no. Rudy God really doesn't care how I use it. He's seen how people hurt me so much that he basically says, screw it at this point. I just gently against the fan's touch and nuzzle him back. Thank you, my friend. You're so sweet. Gator and the Houndoom both watch as you gently lean to the fan's touch. It is filled with a mixture of respect and something like admiration. Fance lets out a low, gentle sound, almost like a chuckle, as it nuzzles you more firmly, clearly enjoying the attention. It, it's almost sad, Gator mutters, his voice tinged just the slightest with pity. A deity so powerful, letting you use his powers freely like that. The Houndoom huffs softly in agreement, her eyes fixate on you and the fence in silent fascination. Yeah, but he just doesn't want me hurt. To be honest, he's called me more than just his king. He's called me his father and his creator too. That gets Gator and the Houndoom's attention. Both stare at you in stunned silence for a moment as they digest this information, their eyes widening and mouths slightly agape. Gator's the first to find his voice, his tone low and quiet. He he called you his father? The Houndoom's expression is one of surprise, her gaze flickering between you and the fence. Finally, she finds her voice as well, her words almost hushed. And his creator? Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, lately he's been calling me that more than his king. I think that's another reason why he doesn't care what I do with this power, because from what he told me, I created him a long time ago, and that's why he considers me his dad and creator. The revelation has Gator and the Houndoom even more stunned, their eyes growing even wider as they struggle to comprehend the enormity of this fact. The fans continue to nuzzle you gently, clearly oblivious to the bombshell of information you just dropped. After a stunned beat, Gator finally manages to speak up, his voice low and heavy with awe. You you created him? Houndoom's words follow his, silent, almost reverentational. You're the Lugia God's creator? Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys, I'm only going to get ready to finish it up. He says, yeah, according to what he's told me, it's true. I don't have many memories of it though, but from what he told me, apparently centuries ago, I was a creator myself, but the original planet I had, the humans on it were even worse. So apparently I erased everything after making a special sanctuary for an 80,000-foot tall Lugia. From what he told me, before I erased my memory, I told him to remake a planet for me when he reaches 80,000-foot tall height. And if that's true, I guess he fulfilled my wish and still considers me his dad and creator. Gator and the Houndoom are both dumbfounded. Their jaws slack and eyes wide as they struggle to process this information. The fans, blissfully oblivious, continues to nuzzle against you in a friendly fashion, but it's clear it can sense the tension in the room. Finally, Gator finds his voice once more, his tone almost disbelieving. You, you're not just his king, his creator, and his father. You, you're his master, aren't you? Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, I guess if you want to say it like that, I never think of myself as a master to him. I love him like he does me. I can also explain another reason why he doesn't care about me using the divine power he gave me so freely. Because he remade the planet like I asked him to, and in some way probably thinks of me as either the main creator or at the very least the second in command besides him. Gator and the Houndoom share a glance, both of them visibly overwhelmed by this revelation. Gator sharply exhales sharply through his nose, shaking his head slightly as if trying to process everything. Like, you're not just some tiny king, he mutters under his breath. You're practically divine royalty. The Houndoom smirk is gone now, replaced with something closer to awe as she studies you. And Lugia really thinks of you like that? As one of the main creators? Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It's just, I don't know 100%, but it would explain why he cares about me so much, because he's pretty protective over me. If he still thinks of me as his dad, he probably don't want me hurt. That rock I told both of you about earlier with a massive Lugia guard and a tiny dinosaur that looked like me, there was some text at the bottom that Louis translated to, if anybody hurts the tiny king, bad fortune will eventually come to them. Both Gator and the Houndoom are now staring at you in a mixture of shock and reverence, their expressions stunned as they try to understand the implications of what they just heard. Gator's the first to recover, his voice low and almost hushed. Lugia's been protecting you? The Houndoom finally speaks up, her voice filled with a mixture of awe and incredulity. He, he even wrote a threat in stone, warning people to stay away from you? Not really a warning, but give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. He says, a warning for people to not hurt me. I've noticed how angry he gets when somebody even tries to hurt me. I think I remember one time even him telling me that if people do not stop, he was gonna put a curse on everyone, especially the ones that were trying to hurt me. Gator and the Houndoom are now both frozen in shock. Their expressions a mix of disbelief and something closer to fear. Gator's tail has gone completely still. No thumping, no movement whatsoever. The Houndoom is the first to find her voice again. Wait, curse? Like an actual divine curse? Gator finally manages a low growl under her. That explains why you're not dead yet. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys, real quickly. Just, he never told me what curse he was talking about, what how he acts towards me. It'd probably have to do something with a curse that would make something happen to other people, but maybe stop the minute I'm around. That way, whatever it is doesn't hurt me. Gator and the Houndoom exchange a glance, both of them looking slightly uneasy at this revelation. Gator finally lets out a slow, thoughtful huff. Yeah, that tracks. He murmurs quietly. I curse on others, but not you. That sounds about right for something Lugia would do. The Houndoom nods in agreement, her expression unreadable as she adds, so basically, he'd make life heck for anyone who messed with you. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys, this might be the last one right here. I said, Not necessarily everyone. He probably target people that tried to hurt me originally or continue to try to hurt me. He probably would leave people alone that actually were nice to me. Same for creatures. If anyone was nice to me like you two have been, nothing bad would probably happen. But again, when he told me about the curse, he never told me exactly what he meant. It could be anything. Both Gator and the Hound do nod, their expressions thoughtful as they consider your words. Finally, Gator speaks up again, his voice a low murmur. That makes sense, he mutters. Leave the nice people alone. Make sure the buttholes get what's coming to them. Hounding with a snort, her tone dry and somewhat admiring. He really is protective over you. Dang. Give me. I still try to believe this should be the last one. I should do one more. Give me a moment. We'll see. If the video stops for me after this, you'll know that that was it. Alright, guys. Here's the last four things I think I'm gonna read out right here. It says, he really cares about me. I can tell you this, if everything he told me is true about me being his creator, and even his father, I don't regret making him and giving him a life, because he's so sweet for being a literal Pokemon god. Gator and the Houndoom are both silent for a long beat, watching the fence as it continues to nuzzle against you. He's so sweet. Eventually, Gator rumbles off with a tinge of respect in his voice. You don't regret giving him life, eh? The Houndoom adds, her tone soft and more serious than usual. Even when he's a literal god, who's also your child? Sounds kind of odd when he put it that way, but that's not a bad thing. He's the reason either of you are alive here. The only thing that makes this all kind of odd is the fact that since I am technically his father, everything he creates is basically my stepchildren, including both of you. Gator and the Houndoom's eyes widen in shock as they realization hits them. They exchange a long, dumbfounded look, their expressions a mixture of confusion and disbelief. Wait, hold on. So you're saying, Gator almost softly, every single Pokemon he's created is essentially your stepchild? If it stops scrolling down, stop! Okay, here we go. Says, I think so. Gator and the Houndoom are silent for a long moment, their eyes wide and their mouths hanging half open as they try to come to grips with this news. Houndoom finally manages to find her voice. So, all of us in a way are your stepchildren? If I'm doing a family tree right, then yeah. I created him, and if that's the case, wouldn't that mean that I am a stepfather to everything he creates? Gator and the Houndoom can both do nothing but stare in stunned silence. Both of them look completely dumbfounded, their eyes wide and their jaw nearly hitting the floor. Finally, Gator speaks, his voice a mixture of incredulity and awe. So, you're not just his creator, you're also his stepfather, which makes, well, pretty much everything he's created your stepchildren. Give, give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I said, close. Wait. Oh, no, wait. Here we go. I said, close. You both probably know a bit more about family trees than I do. If I'm the Lugia God's father and his creator, would that mean that everything he created technically would be my stepchildren? Both Gator and the Houndoom nod in slow, confused agreement, their eyes still wide with shock and disbelief. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Gator almost softly. Houndoom shakes her head slightly as if trying to wake up from a dream. Every single Pokemon that he created would be your stepchild? Because you're basically his dad? Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, does that sound right? I don't want to say that and be completely wrong. I just want to make sure I'm not being dumb. Since I'm the Lugia God's father and creator, does that make both of you and everything else he created my stepchildren? Both Gator and the Houndoom can do nothing but nod numbly. They're both clearly still reeling from this revelation. The idea that everything created by Lugia also means that they're essentially your stepchildren. Yeah, you're not being dumb. Gator rumbles. It's actually exactly correct. Wow. Give me a moment, guys. Guys, I just found the perfect ending spot just to how Pharrell reacted to this. I just tell him, okay, trust me, I got told this stuff months ago. I do have some memories of me creating them, but I don't have every memory. Just of what the Lugia God told me. It's still a bit shocking to me, too. Both Gator and the Houndoom nod. Yeah. Maybe I was Houndoom. I can imagine. Gator rumbled softly. Houndoom was at a low huff, her expression somewhat dumbfounded. I mean, you're literally the father of a literal god. That's something that would blow my freaking mind too. Just the way they finished off that was so good. Remember, guys, in the context of my universe, yes, it is like that because technically I created the Lugia god for my actual universe. Same thing with the flipping Angry Vengeful for Alligator, the flipping even like the whole big families of Pokemon we've met in the past like the flipping family with the Rock and Ghoul Gemini and stuff like that. So yeah, I basically create all of them. But yeah, either way, it's when it comes to my universe, it makes sense. Either way, guys, I want to make sure I don't flipping. Oh, that's all I got for you. I'm done. It's been nearly 27 minutes.